So, you know, we had moved the ball in the 2-minute mode, kind of the drive before, ball bounces off of one of our guys' hands and gets picked. And you know, and then we were moving it again, you know, there at the end of the half. So, kind of just stayed in that mode in terms of calling it. I thought we would offer some resistance to the end, that would have helped. But, you know, obviously in hindsight, you know, it's, you just, I guess, run the ball and get out of there. And we would have had to block the end on the run too. But, so yeah, I mean, obviously I'm looking to try to get the guy hurt. I mean, that was like, you know, priority going in there. Obviously, 97 is probably the best defensive player in the country. 2 is not exactly any slouch. So it was going to be a difficult challenge all day. And it was a priority for us. And so, yeah, I think, you know, obviously you look at it, what we're going to get out of it. You know, probably a mistake.
You won't face a defensive front that good again this season, but is there concern about the blocking overall? I mean, even Texas State was getting some pressure on our.
Yeah, I mean, we've always, you know, even the 3 years we did the offense before, I think we were second, and I think it was 7th or 8th that last year in a way in terms of sacks allowed. When we had a whole new line, and I think Blue actually took half of them. But you know, that's always a priority in this offense, is to keep the quarterback clean. You know, I think things have changed even in that time in terms of the quality of pass rushers, especially in this conference. I mean, I don't think the guys at Michigan or the guys at coming on, there's going to be a lot more challenges. You know, these guys have some junior college guys they have cranked up in the last couple of weeks to go just scream off the edge and rush the passer. So it's a big job for the tackles, the backs, the tight ends, you know, whoever we involve in terms of, you know, trying to get a piece of those guys and help. But, you know, we certainly can't get the guy hit, you know, like he's been hit the last couple of weeks. He's tough as nails, and he's gonna hang in there and try to make the plays work. But I think he's learning too. I think he did a better job as the Texas State went on a little bit last week in terms of just getting the ball out a little bit quicker. But you know, sometimes get hit. You know, it might not be a sack, but it might be a hit. So, I mean, certainly it's a priority. Always in this offense, it's certainly kind of pointed out as we assess, you know, during the week in practice, and then on Mondays after or Sundays after the game, with everybody in here, who is getting the job done and who isn't. What we need to do as a staff to kind of try to keep our cleaner as we go through the season.
2 games in, what is your assessment of your wide receiver?
Well, I mean, they didn't get a whole lot done the other day. A lot of that had to do with, you know, we went to. You know, the game, they get up a couple scores, they realize we're having trouble handling their front, and they kind of just went to pretty much a heavy coverage mode. I mean, mixed in some man coverage, but for the most part, they played a lot of cover 2, which they really hadn't played a whole lot of. But, you know, I know Greg had that, they hadn't shown up much, but I think they just figured they could handle our front, and we weren't going to really be able to, we're not going to hit any shots against that coverage. You're going to have to hold the ball a little bit if you want to push the ball down the field. And so, but, you know, you need to make kind of those quick plays just to kind of maybe soften them up and get them out of that coverage, or, you know, we really didn't do anything about it. And then when they played man, they covered us up pretty good as well. So, you know, you know, we said it going in, they're young guys that have not have a lot of experience. And certainly, I don't think for lack of effort, certainly not for, I mean, unless there's as good a wide receiver coach I've ever been around in terms of these guys have made giant strides from when I got here till now, but we got a ways to go. I mean, until we, you know, make some plays in games to have some confidence and feel like we can do it, you know, when the lights are on, then, you know, everybody's going to keep questioning it. So, you know, but you know, we have to keep giving them opportunities. I mean, this day and age, it's what the football is. Receivers and tight ends have to make plays down the field. I mean, I thought that interception should have been caught. I mean, real football, that's a 20-yard game, and you're out there with a chance to score. And, you know, which at that point was like monumental. I mean, in that game. So, you know, the guys have to make the best of their opportunities, and, you know, we'll keep trying to, you know, to try to spring them loose as best we can.
I guess going back to the blocking, a lot of times you ask to pull another guys to block, goes to one-on-one, and I understand your line is so deep. In your scheme, I mean, is it, do you try to roll help to guys like that, or is it just the point where they have so many guys you can't really help everybody?
Well, you know, we had, you know, right out the gate, you know, Mike had an issue. We tried to run a wide zone, we get the ball back, and they had no, and I said, one of the coaches after the game, I mean, I'm looking up on the first play of the game, you got nobody out there's a couple guys that, you know, it wasn't just one guy. Certainly it was both ends, for sure, that you would have to help with. And again, they go to a coverage mode and you want to keep 7 guys in the block 4, you know, then you're holding the ball again. And, you know, so, you know, we try to mix it up. You know, certainly everybody, the scheme, we're maxing it up on them. Really, that should end up being 3-on-2 back there, but that's not how it worked out. And then I just got away from that scheme because I figured I didn't do a good enough job of coaching it. And, you know, we used to do that in the past before you loaded up back there and you just cut the field in half. And here's the route, you know, where he was breaking outside the defense and we got to throw it and get hit. But we didn't bounce back and really execute it the way we wanted it to be executed. So I just moved on from that, and obviously didn't do a good enough job of getting it taught. I think there was a couple times that you know, Jerome did a good job of chipping at times. Once on 97, once on 11, I think was in there. I think once on 2. So you know, you gotta, you know, at some point you have to play ball because you know, if you want to. We didn't go empty. You know, we didn't do some of the things we normally would do in a game like that. We kept guys, you know, at least for presence, and we tried to bunch it up. But, you know, if you try to double chip on every play, you know, first of all, the hard thing is for tackles sometimes to assure you that you're getting a chip, because if the guy's in a protection responsibility, then you don't know for sure you're getting it. So now if you short set the guy and the guy has to block a blitzer, then he doesn't get a chip. You know, so there's a lot that goes into it. And I think, you know, as we expand kind of or get more used to playing in the system, maybe we can make it a little bit easier for the guys to quickly read and get out and chip. But, you know, I don't know that we're there yet.
With Art only being a freshman, how much do you need to see him do on the field this week and not just get mental reps where you'd be comfortable for him starting?
I think you know, I really trust the guy. You know, I think he's a smart guy, but I don't think anytime you don't practice, I think you worry about anybody. I do. I think general rule of thumb, if the guy doesn't practice, and I don't know what, you know, I don't know what it'll be. I really don't, you know, right now for Tuesday, rep-wise and everything. I think we're good to go, but I don't know. Coach knows better than that. I think he talked about it here. But I think certainly wouldn't want to go the whole week and he didn't play and just say, okay, here you go. Because they are a little bit unique in their scheme. They present some different challenges than we've had in the first couple of weeks. So like every week it seems like he's seen a new scheme. And this is one as well. So, you know, Art's one of the guys I think needs to physically do it. And, you know, not that that's a, you know, I think he can draw it and tell you exactly what it is, but I think he needs to go out and do it. And so, you know, we just have to be smart about if there's some limitations as we go through the week, what did he actually run in practice, or what has he been improved enough on through camp and so forth that he can do, and kind of paring the game plan down as we go through the week.
This is Art's first adversity, first injury, first loss. I mean, when you encountered him on Sunday or Monday, did he say anything to you that made you say, okay, the kid could be okay? Or
You know, the biggest disappointment for him is that he couldn't finish the game. You know, and he wanted to finish. It was really as much us as, I mean, he wanted to finish that game in the worst way. And I mean, he's as tough a guy and as unflappable a guy as I've been around. I mean, that could have been played out in the park down here by the river. He didn't really get fazed by any of the pageantry or whatever it was, the crowd, the competition. I didn't see any flinch at all. And Doug wasn't going well, and it was just like another, you know, the guy is focused and tough, and so you know, that was sort of his biggest, you know, obviously the performance in the game, but his biggest disappointment was he didn't finish the game. He didn't get a chance to kind of do anything about the first half. And I think going forward, I think the guy is just able to turn the page quickly. That's good. As young as he is, he just, you know, here we go, Kansas. That seems to be more of his attitude.
It's what do you see from Kansas? I know they averaged 16 and a half points allowed, and they forced a lot of turnovers in the first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, well, they're really living off the turnovers, and usually that's what, you know, they say they happen in bunches. They got 4 picks in the second half last week against Central Michigan in a game that was kind of back and forth before then. You know, obviously, as in any game, you can't give them any opportunities. I think, you know, we have to be sound in what we're doing. They play extremely hard. They're kind of feeling pretty good about giving them a lot of credit because a lot of people were on them, and they'd be out during the week, and then usually you don't know how that's going to affect your team, but clearly they rallied around their head coach and their coaches and their players and the program, all that, and put up a great performance up at Central. So they are a little bit unusual in terms of what they do defensively, which causes you, some schematic advantages for them. Causes you to kind of have to make sure you ID everybody correctly and get everybody on the right page. And they play hard. I mean, they play incredibly hard. I mean, Billy Miller is there working with the team. He's been around forever. I think we went against them back at Arizona State in the Insight Bowl. But he's been a guy that's been running defenses for a long time. So they have a good scheme, and they're unique about what they do. And you have to get everybody on the same page at every play, because every play could be a blitz, every play could be a drop eight, it could be a cover. They all kind of look the same. So you have to make some quick decisions as you go through for a quarterback, as you go through moving plays out.
Two more questions.
We spend so much time focusing on the quarterbacks, but what about the run game? Are you pleased with the overall results? Disappointed? And not just the running backs, but like the blocking up front too.
Well, I was disappointed the way we started the game. I thought it was awful. And we turned some guys loose in the run game where there's really no excuse for it, other than we didn't coach it well enough and they didn't perform it well enough, however you want to say it. But, as we got kind of settled in the second half, and at some point they put some guys in and all that, we're still pretty good. But, guys were able to run the ball and we were able to give them some cracks. But I just thought the way we started the game, we didn't give ourselves a chance in the run game. And then all of a sudden you're sitting there looking, going, well, what are we doing? How did we can't? And so that aspect was disappointing. I was glad to see that we kind of were able to work some issues out after the first quarter or so and get some runs going. And then all of a sudden you're kind of weighing the score there, like what mode do we want to be in? But I think I like where we're going. I think Greg, we try to do some different things in the run game, especially early, to present some different looks for them and get them moving around, which we were able to do. We just didn't execute the run. So either I asked too much, or we didn't get it taught, or we didn't just get it. We were, whatever it was. That disappointed me. I thought the whole first quarter we were out of whack in the run game, and then we finally got it back on track. But by then you're staring at a big deficit. So
You mentioned Greg. I saw the quote. He said that it was a pro-style offense. It was a complimentary after the game. But did he give you any words of advice and say that keep at it, or like it's pretty good?
No, he actually, yeah. Obviously we know each other since I was in college, so we know each other a long time. And did say, more or less say, this is night and day. You got to keep doing what you've been doing. It's going to give you a chance to. He gave us a ton of problems. And you watch how many guys were moving on every snap, and they don't like to be doing that. And they can't really dig in and help. Supposedly give us a chance, but we didn't. I was just disappointed when I told him. I said I just was disappointed. We looked like we had practice in the first quarter, the first half. I mean, I was like, it's just some of the stuff was maddening. And but at least going forward, it was educational for me. I think to know, okay, can handle this much, I guess. Expect, I don't know. It was I didn't expect that. I expected we'd come out and get on them quick, not get on them until I thought we would at least cover our guys up, give Raheem a chance. I thought John ran really well. I mean, John was one guy that I don't think John would care if we were playing the Green Bay Packers. I mean, he just lines up and plays football. He's a tough kid. He's been experienced. He's around. I mean, he showed up obviously in that game as a tough guy that runs the ball. But yeah, I think he was really complimentary about that. And when you're sitting there looking at whatever 3 points in 10 yards or whatever we got, it didn't exactly sound great. But you watch on tape some things that we kind of created advantage-wise. You could see where we had a chance. We just didn't do anything about it. So.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.